Have you ever had an argument with someone and thought you were absolutely right, only to walk away and ask yourself, wait a minute, was I the asshole? Well, that's where Reddit comes in. So join me each day as we read through the top Am I the Asshole post and ask the question, was this person indeed the asshole or not? As always, leave your opinion in the comments below and let me know if you agree or disagree with my take on it. Let's get started. All right, so what's the top story on Reddit today for Am I the Asshole? Let's have a look. I already have it open here, but I have not read it. I will be reading it together with you for the first time and talking about my thoughts on this, if this person's the asshole or not, or if I'm the asshole, probably am. But am I the asshole for telling my wife she no longer has an excuse not to work? So the last time it was another topic similar to this, but let's see if the reasons are the same or different. My wife and I had our first child 2 years ago, a beautiful little girl. My wife and I agreed that her being a stay at home mom was worth it and I can sustain the household on my income. I started to notice about a year in she was getting overwhelmed and asked what I could do to help. She claimed to be fine, but I started to price around childcare options. Okay, being proactive, I appreciate that. Spoke with friends, family, and colleagues looking for any suggestions, recommendations, and resources. That's when my boss told me our job has childcare benefits. Okay, opening paragraph, it seems like the husband, I'm making the assumption here, is being proactive. And I say making the assumption because I know it could be a wife and they adopted a child together, maybe unless I'm missing something. But I'm going to assume that it's a husband writing this, just due to the conflict. Awesome. I start the paperwork, get the approval, and got put on a wait list. I brought it up with my wife and we toured the place with our daughter and she loved it. About 4 months, a spot opened up, and our daughter is now in daycare. It is run in the same office building I work at, so it's super convenient for me to drop her off when I head to work and pick her up when I leave. Perfect. Hey, great solution. Here is the issue. My wife is not doing anything. We split the household chores. That is how it was in my family growing up, and I find cleaning and cooking relaxing. Okay, so a guy who takes care of himself. You'll be surprised at the number of women that I've talked to when I was living in China, where when I told them I cooked and not really cooked that much, but when I cleaned and took care of myself, washed my clothes, they were always like, "Oh my God, you do that? Why does your family? Why doesn't your wife do that for you? Your girlfriend?" Well, because number one, I live by myself, and number two, um, why can't I do it? So good. So I'm fine with it. That being said, my wife has not done much with her days since our daughter started daycare. I understand adjustments take time. That being said, the original agreement was for her to be a stay at home mom. With our daughter in daycare not being rude, staying at home to be a mom is not happening. I brought up the $1 million question, when are you going back to work? This may have been a miscalculation on my part, but I figured I am in this deep, let see it to the end. She gave me a glare of death and tried to change the subject. I kindly interjected, not trying to push, but practically speaking, I told her that she has no excuse to not be working. This was my tactical error, and she blew up. Thankfully, during this, my daughter was at my parents' house, and she did not hear or see the yelling. Wait. All right, so from this, your wife is yelling? I mean, your wife is yelling from that? Seriously? Is that something to yell about? You're asking her, hey, yeah, you're not really taking care of the daughter. The daughter's at daycare all day, every day. You have all this free time. So when will you go back to work? When will you take the burden of me being the sole provider off of my shoulders? That seems very reasonable so far from this one person's side, from what they're saying. For her to get angry and yell all of a sudden, she's got a bit of issue, doesn't she? Thankfully, during this, okay, We went back and forth using the classic lines from both sides of the camp. She used the good husband provides the option for their wife to stay at home. If you're an outdated person, yes, you could say that if you're outdated and don't understand how expensive things are. I said if you want to be, then either watch our if you want to be a stay at home mom, watch our daughter or do the housework. Your being home is not a free pass to do nothing. She clapped back with, your coworkers' wives get to stay at home and do nothing. I told her I agreed, but they have cheated on their wives and want me to start doing that. I'm sure you pieced together the rest. Okay, just from this part so far, it seems entirely reasonable. I mean, she's being a bit of a asshole, I guess is the right word here, yes, in her overreaction. And at the same time, I mean, the comment about, well, your coworkers' wives get to stay at home. Personally, for me, I would say, yeah, but I'm not married to them. I married you because I wanted an equal partner. I wanted someone who would carry an equal amount of weight in our lives going forward. The fact that she now thinks that she has the freedom and she wants to just sit at home doing nothing, eating bonbons like Peggy Bundy. A lot of you are not going to get that reference, but Peggy Bundy every day. I don't know. If I'm with someone and they say that to me, then I'm thinking I clearly married the wrong person because I would never ever date a woman who's that's their only ambition. I'm not trying to be rude. I mean, if you want to be a stay-at-home mom, that's fine. But if you want to be a stay-at-home wife and you're not taking care of the kids because the kids are at school or at daycare, and you still expect your husband to do half the work of the house chores and whatnot, then yeah, you have a problem because you're not willing to carry the equal weight. You want to put everything on your husband's shoulders, and that's just not okay. You know, a marriage is a partnership, right? A long term relationship is a partnership where you both agree to work together to work towards a common goal. Yeah? So if you want your husband to work all day and then still contribute by doing half the housework, half the cooking, and in the evening you're both taking care of the kid, right? So he's doing far more than his fair share. What are you doing? So far, yeah, this guy's not the asshole, at least not from his side of the story. The comment about cheating was not a threat. She was using the fact the wives of my coworkers get to be home even though their kids are also in daycare. I pointed out the husbands are cheating on them. My coworker situation is skewed. They have found it is more beneficial to stay together from the wife's side. We live in a state where spousal support has caps and does not matter how many years you were married before. Ooh, that's good. Husbands stick around because the status quo is just easier. It was just to state that is not the life she thinks it is. Edit, please, it was not meant as a threat. She had envy of other families. She's also a software engineer. So she could very easily have a great job. I mean, that's a well paying career, isn't it? At least that's my assumption. Okay. She has no mental health issues. She said she enjoyed her line of work before. Right there. So, yeah. I also agree with the things said did not have to be said and that it was not a proper way to handle the situation. I don't know. I think what was said was fine. You know, it was absolutely fine. I don't think it was unreasonable. I don't see anything that you set up here that seems like it was something that should cause yelling either. And I don't think it was a technical error. In a healthy relationship, right, you should have open and honest communication. You should be able to talk to your partner and say, hey, can we have a talk? Look, I love you. Happy to be with you. But here's the thing. Now I'm working and I'm coming home and also helping with the cleaning. You're here all day, every day. I don't feel like we're in an equal relationship anymore. Can you consider going back to work? And if she cannot respond reasonably to that, well, then she's just spoiled. It sounds like she wants to be lazy. She wants to be spoiled. She wants to stay at home and do nothing all day. And then at that point, if that's the situation, I would ask a simple question. Okay, why am I married to this person? I'm just wasting my time. This person is going to allow me to break myself, to tear myself down with working and taking care of both of us while not carrying her weight. So, no, I don't think the poster here is the asshole. Um, I think the wife is an asshole and extremely selfish, at least from this perspective. So, yeah, what do you think? Do you think the wife is the asshole, or am I missing something? Is there something that the husband said that you think was maybe out of line, out of bounds? That's the one I'm looking for. So, yeah, leave your comments below and let me know what you think. Is the husband the asshole, or am I the asshole for agreeing with the husband? I wonder about that sometimes. But let's see. Anyway, talk to you next time. Have a great day.